Good morning, students. Okay, we'll start now. Okay, today we are going to see the top-down parsing. So bottom-up parsing is over. Is it audible? Any one of you? Is it audible?
Audible?
Paint is, you can see paint, full window.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Now
sir.
we start now. Here we are going to see top-down parsing. Okay, top-down parsing we are going to see today. Top-down parsing means we have to construct a parse tree from root to leaves, right? Constructing parse tree from the root to leaves. Now we consider the same grammar as the expression grammar. E derives E plus T, E derives T, then T derives T star F, D derives F derives open bracket or close bracket, F derives I. Now here the first step is you have to eliminate left recursion. You have to eliminate left recursion. What do you mean by left recursion is, here you see this one, a grammar of the form as one start symbol derives the left hand side rightmost also same start symbol, remaining you consider as alpha, then other than that oneness you consider it as beta. So if you are having the left hand side rightmost is same non-terminal, you take as left recursion. So here we are having A, right? So here there is no non-terminal, the same non-terminal in the rightmost left hand side, right? Right hand side leftmost. Okay, now you see this one here, A derives A alpha, then all other as A derives theta, right? So theta is nothing but the grammar symbol not start with the same terminal. Now you see this one here, we are having E derives E plus T, E derives E plus T, then another one is T, right? Now how do you take that one as? You have to consider the grammar of the form. If you consider this is a non-terminal, now here you see this one same non-terminal, the remaining is you consider as alpha. Here that non-terminal, but the right hand side is not start with same non-terminal. So you take whatever it is, this is theta. So this is A derives A alpha, this is A derives theta, right? So suppose you consider we are having another one production rule, E derives E plus T, then another one is E derives E minus T, right? Now E derives T, then we are having another one is E derives H. Like if you are having, right? Now how do you take that one as? This one is A. If you consider this is A, then here start with the same non-terminal A. This is the alpha 1. This is A. This one is alpha 2. right? So this is you consider it's not start with the same non-terminal. So here you have to take this one as theta 1, then this is theta 2, right? So now here you see this one, if you are having the production rule of the form A derives A alpha 1 or A alpha 2, right? So whatever it is, alpha n. So after alpha n, then another production rule without starting with the same non-terminal, you consider as beta, beta 1, beta 2, up to something, beta, right? Now, here this is a left regression. Why we need to eliminate left regression is, we have to eliminate left regression. Here, if you are having production rule of the form, now this one is, suppose you are having that one as theta alpha alpha alpha. This is a string. Now for this string, you want to generate that top down parsing for this grammar, right? Now you see this one, you are scanning from left to right. So for seeing that beta, we can use second production rule. A derives beta. Then the remaining cannot be generated here. A derives beta, remaining cannot be generated. Now here you see this one, if you want to generate alpha, now you have to go backtrack. So this is not possible. So you have to take first alternative, then go for second alternative. So here A derives A alpha, first alternative, then for that A we can have beta. So by this way, we are generating now beta alpha. Now we are having one more alpha. So this alpha cannot be produced because there is no further non-terminal. So we are generating only beta alpha. Now what we have to do? You have to go backtrack. So backtrack, you have to go now as A derives A alpha. Once again for this one, we have to use A derives A alpha. Then one here you can use beta. Now you see this one, we are generating now beta alpha alpha only. There is no further way for generating one more alpha. Then what we have to do is, this is not possible. So this is also not possible. Then we have to go for once again A derives A alpha, A derives A alpha. Then we have to generate A derives A alpha, and then you have to generate beta. So theta alpha alpha alpha. So we are getting now that state, right? So in that case of top-down parsing, if you are having left regression, then here you have to go for many backtracking. So we have to go for trial and error for generating the parse, right? If you are eliminating left regression, we can easily generate the parse. So we have to eliminate left regression. How do you eliminate left regression is, can you understand now? Anybody? Can you understand now? Can you see that one? Otherwise, I want to write the thick pen. How many of you use mobile? In that mobile, can you see that? Please unmute your mic, you talk with me.
Sir,
We can see that one. Otherwise, I want to write in thick pen.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್
Serida, sure. Now we have to eliminate left regression, right? So this left regression will make this problem, right? So you have to go for backtrack, and we have to do once again construct the parse tree. So you have to do the rework. Many rework is required, as like this one, right? So here first we are trying to get the for that input string, right? So for this is the string we want to generate. Now we are, by seeing that left to right theta, so we are using the second production rule and we tried, right? So we can get beta, so but we can't get another 3 alpha, so we are removing this one. Now you see that one, left to right we are having theta comma beta and alpha. If you are seeing that one, so we can generate that one by satisfactorily we are getting now, but we couldn't get 2 alpha, right? So you have to go for one more alpha is that. So we can see at a time only one symbol, so you have to go for this beta alpha alpha. So we tried to get this one. This also is not complete. Then we have to go for another backtracking. Now we are getting now this is a trick, right? So first trial, second trial, third trial, now fourth trial we are success, right? So like if you are having more alpha, then the trial is more, right? So to avoid that one, we have to eliminate left recursion. Now how we eliminate left recursion, we are going to see that one. Here, now we see this one. In that one, first what we have to do is, you take that one as in that form. This is the form we are having now. Now we are going to construct the equivalent grammar as A. You take this beta first, A derives beta, then you introduce a new non-terminal A dash, then we have to generate another one as A dash derives this alpha part followed by A dash and then put empty also, followed by A dash put empty also. It's a simple way, right? If you are having more alternative as like this one, right? So we are having more alternatives, n number of alternatives, so m number of theta, n number of recursion and m number of other alternatives. So for that case, what we have to do is A derives beta 1 A dash or beta 2 A dash, then up to beta m A dash, beta m A dash, then A dash derives this alpha 1, alpha 2 up to alpha n, right? So here alpha 1 A dash, alpha 2 A dash, alpha 3 A dash up to that alpha n A dash. Then at the final you put one more A dash derives empty. This is the, if you are having more number of alternative, this one, right? A single alternatives, then you have to go for this case, right? Now for this our grammar, we are having only one alternative, A derives A alpha or A derives beta. Now this one is going to be convert of this form, right? So what we are getting now as E derives, here the theta is T. So E derives T E dash, we are creating another non-terminal E dash, then E dash derives, here alpha is plus T. So E dash derives plus T E dash, then one more that one as E dash empty. So this is the case. So now this grammar is converted into that one. This is called elimination of left recursion. So we are eliminating left recursion. For this grammar, we are eliminating left recursion, right? Now you see this one. If you are eliminating left recursion, we can do the parsing easily, the top-down parsing easily. How it is actually, you see that one. The same one will take as beta, we'll take that one as here beta alpha alpha alpha. So this string we want to generate, right? Now you see this one using this grammar. So first what we need, beta is need. So we are having what alternative is there for generating that first beta? This one is we are having. So we can use that one. A derives beta A dash. Now satisfactorily we are generating first beta. Next what we need alpha, right? What we are having, A dash is we are having. Now, so which one is match? This one is match. So here we can use A dash derives alpha A dash, right? Now we are generating next alpha. Next also we are having alpha. Here we are having A dash. So we can use once again that one directly and we can get now alpha A dash. Then Next also we are having alpha. So here we are having A. So now this one is matched. So we can use that production rule as alpha A dash. Then here nothing is there. So you complete with that one empty. Now we are having the parsing for beta, alpha, alpha, alpha. So we can easily construct the top-down parsing. So we are scanning your input string and we are finding the what is the match of that production rule. We are using that one, what non-terminal is available. For that non-terminal, what's the match? Then we have to use it. Like we can construct easily. Can you understand now why we are eliminating left regression? If you are eliminating left regression, then we can easily construct the top-down parsing. Top-down parsing. Top-down parsing. Right? So we can easily construct the top-down parsing. So first step is you have to eliminate left regression. Next you have to do that one left factoring. But in this grammar there is no left factoring, right? I will give another example for left factoring. Here we are having only elimination of left regression. Now we will continue our work with elimination of left regression and we have to do our top-down parsing. Here I will remove that one. Now we have to eliminate left regression. So now first step is eliminate left regression. What are the left regression available in that grammar is, you see this one, you consider your grammar where we are having left regression is, so you have to see that grammar of the form as A, this is A, the remaining is alpha. Next one is the same non-terminal, so you put A. Here there is no start with non-terminal, so you take whatever it is, you consider it as beta. Now the elimination of left regression is of the form as A derives beta A dash, then A dash derives alpha A dash or empty. Alpha A dash or empty. So what we will get now? E derives beta is T. Then we are introducing a new non-terminal E dash. Now E dash derives, here alpha is plus T. So you take that one plus T and then you have to put E dash or empty. Right? Similarly, we are having in that also we are having left regression. So you take this one as A. Here also we are having left regression. So here you have to take that one. This is A, this is A, this is alpha. You take this as A, this is beta. So for a single non-terminal, you have to consider separate one. So that E, for E we are having now. Now we are having T, we are having left regression. So you have to remove that one. So use the same formula for that case also. So what you will get now that one as this two production rule is converted into T derives. So beta is F E dash. Then here we are having T dash derives. Here alpha is star F. So you have to put it now star F. Then here we have to go for T dash or empty. Here there is no left regression for F. For non-terminal for F there is no left regression. So for T left regression is there, for E left regression is there. So we are converting that one as elimination of left regression. Then here we have to write as it is. We have to write as it is as F derives open bracket E close bracket and F derives ID. Is there any doubt on that one? You can ask me. So this is the elimination of left regression. Anybody is having doubts? You want to explain once again? Please ask me. You have to unmute your mic and you talk with me. Pranav? Pavitran is there?
Understood, sir.
Pavitran?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Dhanushree, Prayaksha, Sabida,
Yes,
Prayaksha, can you understand now?
sir. Sir.
Savita,
Understand, sir.
can you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll continue now. Here, after elimination of left recursion, right? Elimination of left recursion, you have to do left factoring, but here you don't have left factoring. Now, what is left factoring? I will tell now, and then I will continue now. So, second step is actually if you are having left factoring, so you have to do left factoring, right? What you mean by left factoring is in that grammar there is no left factor, right? You consider the grammar as if condition, then statement, else statement. Then we are having another one as if condition, then statement. The statement is A, the condition is B. Right? So this is actually if then else statement grammar. This is the grammar for if then else. So this is the grammar. This grammar for if then else or tangling else. If then else statement, right? So here we are having if condition then statement, here else statement. Some statements don't have else part, so you don't have else part here, right? So here next one is another alternative is if condition then statement, right? So here you are having that one if t equal to 4, right? If c equal to 4, you have to do that one x equal to 10, right? Here there is no else part, so without else part also we can write x equal to 10, right? Here the else part is if you are having now if condition c equal to 4, right? So in that case we are having then, so you write that one then. Here also you put if condition then x equal to 10, else, right? Else x equal to 20, right? So this is if then else statement. This is for first case, right? So this is for second case, right? Okay. Now in that case we are having, you have to do left factoring, right? So what you mean by left factoring is in this grammar we are having left factoring, but here there is no left recursion. Here you have to do left factoring. What you mean by left factoring is one common substring for two or more alternatives. So this is we are having common substring, right? So here we are having the remaining is here else yes, here we are having empty. Else yes, we are having empty, right? Now here how do you do left factoring is you have to do left factoring is, so the common substring if you are having, now what we have to do is we have to write that grammar as if condition then statement, at the end you have to put statement dash, right? So S dash is nothing but the remaining part, else yes one, another one empty. So here we are adding, so in that part the common one we have to write and then add a new non-terminal S dash. So here we are having that one as this is common non-terminal. So this is a common substring. This is a common substring. You have to take that common substring and you introduce a new non-terminal S dash. So whatever the terminal, you have to put S dash. Now you put S dash with the remaining. So one is LCS, another is empty. So here you have to put LCS or empty, right? Here nothing is there, so you write it as it is. Add that one, right? So this is S comma A and C. C derives C, right? So this is called left factoring. You have to do left factoring. So the left factoring also will give problems. So you have to avoid. here there is no such left factoring. So the here left side we are having left side rightmost substring common for one or more, two or more alternatives. Then it is you have to do left factoring. So here you see this one in the two alternatives for this yes we are having a common substring. So you have to take that common substring and you have to put this dash. Then you have to make this one as else, right? Then you have to continue all other grammar. So this is after left factoring. Both grammar are equivalent. What do you mean by that grammar is equivalent? So one grammar is called you can one grammar is equivalent to another grammar if whatever string generated by this grammar the same string can be generated by that grammar also. Then both are equivalent grammar. So you are calling it as equivalent grammar. One grammar is called equivalent means whatever generating capacity, the same capacity should have that another grammar. So whatever string you are generating, whatever string you are generating by this grammar, the same string can be generated by this grammar also. Then both are equivalent. Now you see this one, this grammar, whatever string generated by this grammar, the same string can be generated by that grammar also. So both are equivalent. Right? Similarly here, this is the grammar. Now after elimination of left regression, you consider it as G dash. So both are equivalent. Equivalent means whatever string generated by this grammar, the same string can be generated by that grammar also. Then that is equivalent. Right? Now, forget about that one. Here now I will remove this. So here you don't have a elimination of left regression. So you have to close it. Here now for this grammar we record. Now we will continue our work. Here the next step is here what we have to do is you have to find out first and follow up all non-terminals. Next step is you have to after completing the elimination of left regression and to left factoring. Here you don't have left factoring, you write that one. So but you don't have any left factoring. So you have to do that one. So next step is here you have to do left factoring. So this is left factoring. But here you don't have left factoring. Don't worry about that one, right? Next you have to find out first and follow up all non-terminal. So the same way we are finding. So we already know that one first and follow you want to find out, right? So how do you find out first of all non-terminals? First of E. Non-terminal is here, first of E dash, first of T, then first of T dash. First of T dash, then first of F. So we are having 5 non-terminals. Now we are going to see first of. Right. Now, first of symbol, how do you find out? I told you that format as you consider grammar of the form A derives x1, x2, x3 and so on up to xn, right? X is string of grammar symbol. Either it is a terminal or non-terminal, right? So if x1 is a terminal, x1 is A, so first of A is X. First of A is capital letter A is A. Else if x1 is another non-terminal, then you are having now first of A equal to first of T. Right? Here, next one is if x tends to empty, x eventually tends to empty means one or more steps it is going to have empty. Now you have to consider the same process repeat for next symbol also. So you have to repeat the same step for next symbol. This also is going to have empty. Then we have to continue for next symbol, right? So if you don't have any next symbol here, there notice no empty. You have to stop there, right? If all are going to have the in that sequence of steps, the xn also is going to be empty, then you have to include empty also as the first of symbol, right? Now you consider here we are having e derives t. So e derives t means here what we are having now, this one. First symbol is a non-terminal. This is x1 is a non-terminal. So what we have to write is here first of e equal to first of t, right? The t is not empty, so you can stop there. So here this t e derives e dash. This t is a non-terminal, but the t is not empty, so no need to go for next symbol. So you can stop there. So by this way you are getting now first of e equal to first of t. Nothing other than that we can continue. Next here you have to consider for this e dash, the first of symbol x1 is a terminal, so this plus is added, right? Next one is another alternative is empty. So here x1 is empty, right? So if it is here we don't have any other symbol, only here we are having now this one is only one alternative. E dash there is empty only, nothing other than that. So you have to include empty also, right? E dash there is empty only is there, right? We are having production as e dash there is empty. If e dash there is empty, only one symbol, that symbol also empty, so you have to add it, right? So we are having now, we are adding now. Next we have to consider first of t. Here we are having f, so you have to write first of f, first of f. Next for the t dash, star and empty. So here we are having star and empty. Next we see this one, for that f, the first symbol x1 is open bracket, so this is terminal. Here there is no possible of that open is empty, right? So here f derives id, so this is the terminal, so this also you have to include. So this is the way of finding first of symbol, right? Now you fill that one, fill that one, right? So first of f equal to open bracket id, so first of f, so you write it open bracket and id. Similarly here also open bracket and id. Can you understand now how do you find out the first of? We already discussed that one. Can you understand now? Nandita, can you understand now? Shankar,
Yes, sir.
Shankar, Sushan, Ragul Nandan.
Understood, sir.
Okay. Next we have to find out the follow, right? So if you are having any doubt, I will once again explain. Right. Next we are going to see follow up all non-terminals, right? Here we have to stop that one and erase that. The first of symbol is this one. Next we have to go for follow. Now how do you find out the follow? Okay. Here also we already discussed. Now I am going to do that. So here you have to consider the production rule of the form A derives alpha p theta. A derives alpha p theta, right? Now you have to consider the right hand side non-terminal. You take that one. For this non-terminal, the follow-up symbol is first of beta. So here you are going to find out follow-up B. So follow-up B is nothing but first of beta. So what you mean by that one is next coming terminal for this B, first of beta. Here the point is except empty. If empty is there, you don't use that one empty, right? Next step is if beta eventually tends to empty. Eventually tends to empty means one or more steps, right? So here beta may be some other letter C, then the C may be empty. Now this is beta eventually tends to empty. Eventually tends to mean the beta is going to in deep, finally it is going to have as empty. So that is the way of beta one or more steps. So here we are having one or more steps, it is going to have that one empty. So this is called eventually tends to empty. If beta eventually tends to empty, so what do you mean by that one? As this beta is not there, then follow up B is nothing but follow up A. So you have to union follow up A also. You have to union follow up. If this is not there, no need to include this one, right? So this is the format for finding the follow up non-terminals, right? Now we have to see follow up all non-terminal. Okay, now you consider this format, you have to see that one. Now I will eliminate, I close that one. Right, here you take that one as E derives T E dash. You take this production first production rule as E derives T E dash. So how we are going to see that one? I already told you that one. The first start symbol you have to add that one as follow up E. So you write that one everything follow up E, right? In the start symbol you have to add dollar. This is the rule. How it is? So after completing the dollar start symbol, the end is delimited with dollar. So you have to add dollar. So always the start symbol follow, you have to add dollar. So that is you write as it is. Then you put now follow up E dash, then follow up E, okay, follow up E, follow up T. Then you have to consider here as follow up E dash, then follow up F also, right? So initially you put dollar in the general case, right? Then we have to consider the production rule such that the right hand side should have one non-terminal. Right hand side should have one non-terminal because here the right hand side non-terminal only we are going to consider as follow. So the right hand side should have one non-terminal, right? Now the first non-terminal you take this as B. You have to match that one as the first non-terminal you match with B. So here the important symbol is beta B, right? So you take that B, then remaining before after arrow B alpha, the next coming is beta. Here alpha is empty, so this is A. A derives alpha B beta. So in that format you have to see. A derives alpha P beta. The P is matched with one non-terminal. So whatever previous is alpha, whatever after is beta, right? Now by this way what you will get now that one as, so the first part, follow up B equal to first of beta or empty. This case is here, right? For beta, first of beta except empty. Now you see this one here, we are having T. So for that follow up T, you have to put first of E dash. So first of E dash is plus and empty. So except empty. So you are using this case, you are getting now the follow up T, we are getting now plus. The follow up T, we are getting now one symbol plus. Right? Can you understand now? One symbol plus you are putting now. How do you get that plus is follow up T equal to first of beta. So beta is E dash. First of beta is here plus symbol and empty. So except empty. So you are putting now plus only. Right? Next we are having now if beta tends to empty. So whether beta tends to empty, yes. E dash there is empty is one alternative is there. So the beta is going to be empty. So beta is going to be empty means then you have to make union of follow up A also. So follow up A is here E. So in that T you have to union follow up A also. Follow up A also. Right? Now this is over. Now you have to move the same production rule, another non-terminal is there. So you have to move B with another non-terminal. You take the same production rule. Once again, E dash T E dash. Now we have to match next non-terminal. So B. So the pradhanam is B. So you have to go for B here. Then previous one is alpha. Next one is beta. This is A. You have to take this form, right? So for each non-terminal of the right hand side, you have to consider. So now in the follow of E dash is here nothing is there. So the second case, nothing is there means empty. So if it is empty, what you have to do that one in the follow up E dash, you have to union follow up E. So in that follow up E dash, you make union of follow up E. Union of follow up E. Right? This is we are getting now. Right? Now we have to go for another production rules. Right? So here you have to consider next production rule with a non-terminal on the right hand side. So this is next one is E dash there is plus T E dash. E dash there is plus T E dash. E dash there is plus T E dash. Now what you will get now? So the same one we are repeating now, right? So here if you are putting B, then what it will happen here? So this is B, you have to go for, and this is alpha, this is beta, right? So follow up T equal to first of E dash except empty already included plus. So no need to do any work, right? Then here you have to move that B with another one. So we are getting now E dash derives plus T E dash. Now B is moved to next non-terminal. Here B, this is alpha, this is beta. So in the follow up E dash, you have to union follow up E dash, no meaning. E dash union follow up E dash, no meaning. So there is no case of adding new symbol. So you have to remove. You have to consider ft dash. T dash ft dash. The same way you are going to do for T dash ft dash. So here now you have to directly tell that one. T derives f T dash. Now B is matched with F. B is matched with F. This one is alpha. This one is beta. Here this is A. Right? Now what we will get now in the follow up F, first of T dash except empty. First of T dash is star except empty. So in the follow up F, you have to put star. Right? Next T dash is going to be empty. T dash is going to be empty. So in the follow up F, you have to make union of follow up T also. So here you have to add union of follow up T also. Right? Union of follow up T also we are getting now. Now you have to move that B with next non-terminal. So you have to use that one as Here you see this one, T derives F P dash. Now this P is matched with the next symbol, right? So this is alpha, this is beta, right? Now the beta is empty, so what you will get now, that one, the second case, right? So second case is in follow up T, D dash, you have to union follow up T. So here you have to put now as union follow up E. We are getting, right? So now you have to consider the, for the second case, the same one is repeated, we didn't get any symbols, so don't consider now. You have to take the next one as F is open bracket E close bracket. So here we are having a non-terminal E, so you have to take that one. So we have to take F is open bracket E close bracket. So here you have to take that one as, here you see this one, here what we have to take now as F is, okay, F is open bracket E close bracket. F is open bracket E close bracket, right? Now here you have to take that B is matched with E. Then this is alpha, this is beta, this is E, right? Now by this way we are getting now close bracket. So dollar and close bracket we are having now. Dollar and close bracket. Dollar and close bracket we are having now, right? Here in the follow up E dash, right? So in the follow up E dash, what we are having now? Okay, this one is we are getting now dollar and close bracket. Any other symbols we are having now? Dollar. So here we are having beta is not empty, beta is a close bracket. So beta is coming. So in this case, right, first of beta. So first of beta is close bracket. So in the follow up A, you have to include close bracket, right? Now you have to backfill. Follow up E dash equal to follow up E. Follow up E is close dollar and close bracket. So we are getting now dollar and close bracket. Now here you see this one, follow up T plus and follow up E, right? So follow up E. So here we are having now what, plus and follow up E is dollar and close. So here we are getting now plus dollar and close, right? Now here follow up T dash is nothing but the follow up F. So here we are getting now as plus dollar plus close. This is the symbol for this case. Next here we are having follow up T. Follow up T is plus dollar close. Already we are having star also. Star plus dollar close. These are all the follow up F. Right? So here we are getting now the symbol. Okay, can you understand now? The follow first and follow we have to find out, right? Clear? Now we'll go for constructing the table, right? How do you construct the predictive parsing table? The table is called predictive parsing. So the parser is actually, the name is predictive parser. Now we'll see that one. Right. So here what you are getting now, this one as first of E, first of T, first of F. So here you see this one. First of E equal to close bracket and ID. First of T equal to first of E dash equal to plus empty. Then first of E equal to open bracket ID. First of T dash equal to star empty. Then first of F equal to first of F equal to close bracket, right? Now we are having this first of symbol and follow of that symbol is this one. Now we are going to construct the table. Plus to put all non-terminal in the row wise E E E dash E E dash F, right? Here you have to put the terminals star plus plus. First we take that plus equals. All terminals are plus star open bracket close bracket ID and add one more symbol dollar also, right? All symbols including the dollar. Right. Here you see this one. How do you fill the table? So symbol 1, we are going to fill that one. First what we have to do is, first of symbol is here, first of E is open bracket and ID, open bracket and ID. For this E, we are having only one production rule. So you write that production rule there. Open bracket, you write E derives, E dash, and ID also you have to write. E derives, E dash. So what we have to do is, The first stop symbol is open bracket and ID. On that first stop symbol, for that E, we are having only one alternative. For that E, we are having only one alternative. So that production rule you write. Next one, first stop E dash, we are having plus. Here that alternative is, you forget about that empty, right? So alternative is plus T E dash. So you write that one. So E dash derives plus T E dash, right? Then here next we will go for first of T is open bracket and ID. For the T we are having only one alternative. So you write it. So here you have to write now T derives F T dash. Similarly here also you have to write T derives F T dash. Next we are having, here we are having star. You forget about empty, star. So in the star we are having the corresponding one is this one. So first symbol is star. So you write it here. So for that star you have to write T dash derives star F T dash. Right? Next we are having open bracket and ID for F and so corresponding production rule we are having. For F we are having open bracket this one, and for ID we are having. So in that open bracket you write that one F derives open bracket E close bracket, here F derives ID, right? Now the remaining production rule is not yet filled as E dash derives empty, D dash derives empty. So all production rules are filled. Now the remaining production rules are E dash derives empty and E dash derives empty. So forget about the symbol now. Now we are adding. So T dash and E dash. So D dash derives E dash derives empty and T dash. So E dash derives empty. You have to fill with all follow up E dash. So follow up E dash is dollar and close. Follow up E dash is dollar and close. So in that follow up E dash you have to fill that one. So here we have to fill this one as, so in that close bracket and a dollar. So here you have to fill that one. E derives, sorry, what's that one? E dash derives empty. So this also E dash derives empty. So what we are going to fill that one, for this empty, we have to fill the follow up E dash. So follow up E dash is dollar and close. Next, here T dash there is empty. We have to fill with the T dashes we are having dollar plus close. So here you have to fill that one, right? So here we are having T dash there is empty. Here also you have to fill. Then here also we have to fill it. T dash there is empty. Here also you have to fill it. T dash there is empty. Right? Now we have to fill that table filling is over. The unfilled portions are error. Wherever we didn't fill that one, after completing that one, wherever we didn't fill that portion is error. Right? You have to take that one. Right? So this is called predictive parsing table. You note down that one properly. So this is called predictive parsing table. Right? So this is actually top-down parsing technique, right? So this is top-down parsing technique. Top-down parsing technique means you have to construct the tree in the root to leaves, right? Now we'll see that one. How we are going to construct the parse tree for the same input symbol, or you can use another input symbol also. Here you will take now. How it is constructed, right? Here, how do you have to construct a table for the action? Okay. Now we'll see that one. How do you do that one? So here you have to start with only 10 minutes. I will complete that one. So you have to be patient with that one. Here you have to use that one as table as here stack input. This is output here. Stack input output. You have to start with here. You have to start with the start symbol, right? So here we are having start symbol is E, right? Here we are having, you consider the input string is same one, ID plus ID star ID dollar, right? Now we have to find out the entry for E and ID. We have to find out the entry for E and ID. So E and ID is TE dash, right? You have to take this TE dash and you have to remove that E and you put that reverse and put it in the stack. So you have to reverse the string of right hand side, that is E dash T. Just we are reversing that one, say right hand side. So you are replacing this E. So you pop E and push the right hand side reverse. So we are reversing that one and put it right hand side. Now here you see this one ID plus ID star ID. So what protection rule we are using now? E dash E dash. So this is the output we are getting now. So this one is output you are getting now. Next, you have to find out the entry for T and ID. Entry for T and ID. T and ID is FT dash. So you have to remove T and push T dash F. So what you will get now? This one as E dash F. So what protection rule we are using now? T dash is F E dash. Now, right? So now this one has ID plus ID star ID dollar, right? Now you find out the entry for F and ID. F and ID is here F ID, right? So for this F we are going to replace by ID. Now this one is what protection tool we are using now? F derives ID. Now what we have to do is E dash T dash ID. Now this is ID plus ID star ID, right? Now what action we have to do is the top of the stack and front of the input string is matched. If it is matched, you have to remove these two. So in the top of the stack, you have to remove ID. Then input string, you have to remove ID. So the remaining here is E dash, E dash. Here we are having plus ID star ID dollar, right? Now we have to find out the entry for T dash plus. So T dash plus is here T dash empty. We are using the production rule is T dash empty. T dash empty means you have to pop up T dash and you have to place that empty. So empty there is no meaning, right? So here now E dash only, right? So for the D dash we are having empty plus ID star ID dollar, right? Now we have to find out the entry for E dash plus. So in that E dash plus we are having plus T E dash. E dash plus is we are having plus T E dash. So here we are having now E dash derives plus T E dash. So what we have to do is we have to you remove E dash, then you have to reverse it. So what you are getting now, that one is you pop E dash, now you reverse it as E dash E plus, right? Now here what we are having now plus ID star ID dollar. Now the plus plus is matched, so you have to pop it out and remove on the input string also. So you have to remove these two. Now what we are having now? E dash T. Here we are having ID star ID dollar, right? Now we are having the find out the entry for T and ID. So T and ID is FT dash. So we are getting now the TAT FT dash. So you have to pop T and push F T dash. right? ft dash, here we are having id star ft dash, like t dash f, reverse it and put it, right? So here we are having t dash f, this is id star id dollar. Now we have to find out the entry for f and id, that is f derives id. F and id is f derives id, this one, right? So now we are having now, so this pop f and put id, e dash t dash, right? Now id, this id and matched, so you have to pop it out. id and id is matched, you have to pop it out and remove from the input string. You do that one, right? Now we are getting now dollar e dash t dash, here we are having star, right? Now you find out the entry for t dash star. So t dash star க்கு ft dash. So this is that one, right? So now you put now as e dash derives star ft dash, right? Now you have to remove t dash and reverse it, t dash f and star. We are having star and id. So now this is star and star matched. So you have to pop it out. Star and star match, you have to pop it, right? So now we are having now dollar e dash f, right? Now here we are having id. So you have to find out that the entry for f and id. F and id is f derives id, right? Now you have to remove f and place it id. So what you will get now, right? So here what you are getting now, that one as the dollar e dash id. Now here we are having id dollar. So id is matched. So you have to pop it out. id matched, you have to pop it out, right? Now we are having dollar e dash t dash dollar, right? Now what's the entry for t dash dollar is t dash there is empty. T dash there is empty, right? Then we are getting now, you remove the t dash. Next we are having e dash dollar. So e dash dollar also we are having e dash there is empty. So you remove that one, right? Now we are getting now dollar, here also dollar. So this is final. So you are having accept, complete that one, right? Now here you see this one, the sequence of production you are getting now, as first one is e derives t e dash, right? First one is e derives t e dash, second one is t derives f t dash, then third one is f derives id, right? Now that same sequence you have to construct a parse tree. You see this one, right? So first production rule is top down parsing, right? Now top down parsing is you have to construct a parse tree from root to link, right? So here now e, first production rule e e dash e e dash, then the t is going to be replaced by ft dash, this t is going to replace by f e dash. Now this f is replaced by id, so f is replaced by id, right? Next we are having t dash as empty, so t dash is empty, right? Now here e dash is plus t e dash plus t e dash. Next we are having t derives ft dash, so this is f e dash. Now f derives id, so this is id. Next one is star ft dash, so t dash is star ft dash star f t dash. Then this f is f derives id, right? Next e dash derives empty, next e dash derives empty, right? Now the construction of tree, now you have to collect that from leaves to roots, right? So here you see this one id, this is empty, plus id star id, right? So all others are empty. Complete that, right? So you are getting now that one as id plus id star id. So this is the way of constructing the parsing. So using predictive parsing, we can construct the parsing in the top-down parsing technique. Top-down parsing, right? So this is called predictive parsing, right? So predictive parsing. Any doubt you can ask now? Right? If you are having doubt, you can ask now. Over that this is predictive parsing table, right? So parsing process, this is top down parsing technique, one of the top down parsing technique. You'll see the next class another parsing technique, top down parsing technique, right? Then parser is over by next class. Any doubt you can ask now, otherwise you can leave. Please wait for 5 minutes. Anybody is having doubts or lunch time?
சார்
Tell me.
சார் அது இல்லை சார், நிறைய ரொம்ப நெட்வொர்க் டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் நிறைய வந்துச்சு சார். சார் இப்போ ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணதை நீங்கள் கொஞ்சம் குரூப்ல யூடியூப்ல எங்கேயாவது வச்சிடுறீங்களா சார்? கொஞ்சம் ரெஃபரன்ஸ்க்கு யூஸ் ஆகும் சார்.
சரி, ஏன் நெட்வொர்க் டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸா இருந்துச்சா? எல்லாருக்குமே இப்படி தான் இருக்குதா?
இல்லை சார், எனக்கு மட்டும் தான் சார் இன்னைக்கு கொஞ்சம் ப்ராப்ளமா இருந்துச்சு சார், அதான் சார்.
ஓகே
சார் இப்போ ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணது கொஞ்சம் யூடியூப்ல அது இல்லைன்னா குரூப்ல அது கொஞ்சம் போஸ்ட்
சரி
பண்ணிடுறீங்க.
சரி சரி பார்க்குறேன்.
ஓகே சார், தேங்க்யூ சார்.
Okay, anybody is having doubts? Otherwise, I will close it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, one and all. Okay, bye.